Hello friends, thank you so much for joining me. This month we're going to paint the cutest little trick-or-treater. To get started, I want to tell you guys about a technique called whitewashing, which is basically exactly like it sounds. You're washing your board with white paint. You can do this really with any color. When you're painting your background, you want to use the biggest brush that you have, and you want to paint along with the groove of the wood. With whitewashing, you can kind of smear the paint around and go back at the end and smooth it all out. This ensures a nice even coat and is easy to apply any other detail on top of. Don't worry if you don't think you're covering all your spaces. Once you get all your detail on there, it's going to look great. I always like to say you can always add more paint, but you can't take paint away. So, nice, even, thin coats, and if you feel like it needs more, then you can go back later and add more. Eyes are kind of tricky and usually intimidating to everyone, including myself. A trick I like to use is by dipping the end of my brush into the paint and just drawing a simple line as a guide. The thicker the brush, the better for eyes, because you want them kind of thick. Then I'm going to take my round brush and just build out. If you're feeling creative, eyelashes would be super cute on this little ghost. Next, for my mouth. The biggest thing is don't overthink it. Just draw like you're using a pencil. You want to use the very tip of your brush, and you can go and add to. Always remember, you can always add more paint, but once it's on there, you can't take it away. Next, I'm going to paint my pants. I'm doing a squiggly line at the top of the pants line to show the ghost or the trick-or-treater sheet over his head. then kind of a V shape where the shoes will go. Next, I'm going to curve the top of the shoe out onto the pants. It's okay if it overlaps a little bit because you want your shoe to look nice and round. Next, I'm going to go back with a darker shade of blue to do my detailing on my pants. One line in between the legs, then some squigglies around the cuffs and the outer hem. Next, I'm going to do my arms. You want to make rectangles. And of course, they're not going to be perfect rectangles. Your edges can be a little bit curved. Then you want to grab your round brush and draw two little ovals off of the tip of each rectangle. I really love this medium round brush because it's a lot like a pencil. I'm just going back in and touching up my shoes. They needed an extra coat. Next, I'm going to draw my pumpkin. Pumpkins are normally squarish, round, oval, so be creative with it. Pumpkins are never perfect, so don't stress. For my little rosy red cheeks, I'm going to dip into my pink and brush as much off of the brush as possible. Always remember, if you feel like you want them thicker or bigger, you can add to them, but once it's there, you can't take away. Small round brush for your handles on your pumpkin. Two triangles for the eyes. You can do them bigger or smaller depending on your preference. Triangle for the nose. And then a crooked smile. For my smile, I left some holes in my lines of the smile that I was drawing. Then I went back in and did a half triangle, I guess is what you would call it, and then filled in the rest. Then I'm going to make my opening in the top. All using the round brush. My little details on the side of the pumpkin. When you're doing your details around the outside, you don't want a whole lot of paint on your brush. Again, you can always go back and add more. It really depends on your preference on how thick you want the lines. Sometimes less is more. For my shoelaces, I'm going to make 2 connecting X's and then connect the 2 top strands. You can leave them thin or you can go back and thicken them up. I'm going to draw my lines across the bottom of the shoe for the sole, and then the tips of the shoe, and then again on the other side, same thing, 2 X's that connect, and then connect the top. Normally with white on red, you're probably going to have to go back and do a second coat. That's okay. Next, I'm going to do my little armholes, just 2 quick gray dashes. and then a little bit of gray down the side to give it some dimension. Then I'm going to go back and add some gray detail around the top and along the bottom. Adding some black detail with a thin round brush to the shoes really gives it that little pop. A lot of times we don't think black should go on these lighter colors, but it honestly does make everything pop and brings your whole piece together. And some quick gray dashes in the eyes and the cheeks, and you're done. The colors I used were white for the background, black for the eyes and the outline, red for the shoes, camo pink for the cheeks, granite gray for all the detail, spiced carrot for the pumpkin, sun-kissed peach for the arms, blue bonnet for the detail on the pants, and blue cotton for the actual color of the pants. Now you use any color that you want. Feel free, be creative, however you want to do it. You can use any color that you prefer. Send me your pictures, guys. Tag us. Again, thank you so much. And I can't wait to paint with you guys.